Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are ready to go. We are ready to swim in a forward motion towards whatever's going to happen today. We will see. I think it's probably pointless doing a poll on this one. Hello, Finn. Good to see you. Hello, NRL Edits. Good to see you again. I think it's probably a bit pointless doing a poll unless I do like a margin-based poll. Halves don't look great. It won't be an issue today. You'll be alright. You'll be fine. I think it would have made more sense to put Price at 6, Hardacre at 1. That would have made a bit more sense. Morning, Sleepy Cougar. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Not sure what channel we're on today. Might be Sky Sports Plus. Let me just check. It's already hot in here. That fan might need to go on again soon. It's already hot in here. Yeah, looks like Sky Sports Plus. Same with Aiden Asiata. Oh, hang on a minute. I'd expect Charles to replace Price after a bit. Move Hardacre to fullback, possibly. Aiden and Asiata, yeah. Possibly. Unless they want to put... Honestly, they could have put Charles in the halves. Give him some more game time. Surely they could have done that first. Yes, we're on Sky Sports Plus. It should be, Judd. It should be. Certainly should be. What sport is this? I'm not sure whether to respond to that or not. Morning, Kieran. Good to see you. I say morning. Apparently, Salford players met for the first time today. Some of them would have done, possibly Lum. Would you guys prefer if I changed the black to white on Salford's text? Would you guys prefer that? Because I know it's coming across a little bit blurry. Would you prefer me to change it to white on red? It's going alright. Sammy Snake. I don't know who's on later, but I'm probably not going to stream the game after this, so I'm down to play. I don't know who's on. Maybe an NFL fan? Maybe. Who knows? But it says NRL Edit. It's true Finn players met for the first time today, yeah. So it would have been Lum probably met a bunch of them for the first time today. Nolan, possibly. I know there's Makin and Kerr. Birthday soon, if I remember. Yeah, the 12th. Yeah, 2 days. On Tuesday is my birthday. Last game of the round, indeed. Not sure what kind of game we're going to get. I'm not sure if it's going to be like high 30s or 60s, 80s. You'd think it's minimum 60 plus. You'd think. I might put a poll up and see. Of course, no disrespect to Salford and Salford fans in here, of course. Oh, Kieran. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? That's a trumpet indeed. Thank you very much, Kieran. That is very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. What a guy. What a guy Kieran is. What a guy. Hello, Fred. Still 30th for your birthday meal? I think so. I need to recheck the chat. I don't know who else confirmed, Sam, so I need to recheck. I know you and Dill said yes, but I need to... I don't know if Joe did as well. Yeah, I need to recheck that, honestly. I'll put it in the chat later on, or... Unless you already know. I don't know. No problem, mate. We all know how bad it's going to be from now on. 1 week loans, different teams every week. Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm going to put a few margins in there. I'll start with start with that, and then I'll go with... Actually, I think that's probably the minimum. And then I'm going to go with this as a margin, I think. Just see if anyone thinks that. If I was to give you £499 right now, what would you do? What would I do? £499? What would I do with £499? I don't think I'd go mental. I think I'd be speechless, first of all. And then I would put some into savings. Yes, I'd possibly give it to Salford. I wouldn't. Who knows? Who knows what I'd do? Dingle's gone for 100 plus. I think 100 plus is not like out of reach. What I would say to that, NRL Edits, is all donations, whatever they are greatly appreciated. But the content on this channel is free, so there is no obligation to pay anything. If you wanted to donate, that's cool with you. Even if it was just £1, it's still people investing time and money into this. So don't worry about it. If you did, I'd be very much appreciative, but don't worry about it. Let's just go us 4-5. Okay, all right, Sam. When are you doing fan 1v1s again? Ready for our rematch? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do this week. I will try and do next week, though. Yeah, Sam's just a generational hater, unfortunately, Samarito. Afternoon, Paul. Good to see you again. Cartwright thinks Price is best at fullback. I agree. Price is best at fullback. I just think for today, maybe at 6 would have made more sense. But yeah, I've added in the 100 plus because I think it is genuinely within reach, given the quality of squads today. Oh yeah, isn't there like a massive... Isn't there a massive fine from... that the RFL has to pay to Sky or something like that if they don't make a game happen? Something like that. $4.99 will be donated, but can't do it now. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Well, are you not a fan as well, Sam? Are you not a fan as well? I am not 30 in a couple days. When he said 30th, that was the date, not the age. Judd, if you're still here, just a quick thought. Just a quick thought. I'd be doing the power rankings video tomorrow. I think we'll probably know where Salford's going to be. If you want to be in the video, like if you want to submit the section for it, like you want to talk about today's game and what you think about it, you want to submit a video to me and I'll use that for the section, you're welcome to do so. I mean, if not, I'll do the section as normal. But if you wanted to submit like a 1 to 2 minute bit for Salford, and then people can hear straight from a Salford fan, it's completely up to you, mate, if you wanted to do that, and then I'll just put you in the video. replace what I have to say and actually come straight from a Salford fan that is in the situation. So today, if Hull FC win, they will go back above Wakefield. Wakefield's still much better on points difference right now, plus 130 to Hull FC's plus 24. Yes, Sam Marito's always weird. Sam, the other Sam, is just kind of weird anyway. But score prediction for this one, I'm going to say... $68-0. And I think that's playing it safe. The thing is, Sleepy Cougar, I don't know how much of Super League you watch. Basically for Salford, these are a bunch of kids. The only regulars are Sangare, Lewis, Chan, and Wilson. The rest, Lum possibly as well, but the rest are basically kids. Yeah, he's NRL edits. He's just weird anyway, but he's a mate of mine, so he will continue to be weird. Let's hear that from Judd. Great idea for fan perspective. Well, it's up to you. If Judd's in here, I don't know if he still is at the moment or not, but feel free to let me know, Judd, if you want to do that. It's up to you. Put Logan Lewis to score a try, 500-1. Worth a quid. If Lewis scores a try, I'll go mental. Should we get another trumpet? Why not? Let's get the vibes in here. Right then, let's do a run through of the team list before we get cracking. In the backs for Hull FC, they have Price, Barron, Briscoe, Litton, Martin, Hardacre, and Cust. The forwards include SASA, Borough, Watts, Cartwright, Chamberlain, and Asiata. On the benches, Ashworth, Aiden, Charles, and S.A. Laidlaw is the 18th man. In the backs for Salford, they have Murphy, Lum, Whitehead, Warren, Hill, Connell, and Nolan. The forwards include Sangare, Yates, Lewis, Littlewood, Chan, and Wilson. The bench includes Glover, Dwyer, Makin, and Kurt. Davies is the 18th man. Right then. So, point I made the other day actually about, you know how you get points for interactions and engagement on social media posts? Hull FC spelt Borough's name wrong on their team list graphic, so I think they should be all the interactions they get for that post should not count, or all the interactions or the views because they made a mistake. That should not count in the IMG submissions. Personally, hi Liam, good to see you. Good to see you. Salford over 0.5 tries is 1.9, under 0.5 tries 1.9. I reckon under probably the safer bet. Full wins on a 50-point margin. I'll donate $499. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Glad to see Will Price back, though, because he's my second in line for the England jersey at the end of the year. So it'll be good to see him get a good run of games towards the back end of the year. By more than 69, doing it 100. All right, okay. Logan Lewis full length 3 coming. I'm ready, but we're underway, folks. Here we go. The game of the round is underway. Salford in possession. Justin Sangare with the first carry. Just a few metres shy of the 10. They're going to spread the ball early, hopefully, and just score a really long-range try right now, real quick. Hopefully. No, Logan Lewis. Go on, Logan. Carries the ball now, 15 out from the try line. Main concern for Salford is they're going to get stuck back here. That's the biggest problem. So, can they make some post-contact meters? Can they spread the ball a little bit earlier? Now praying that FC get that 50-point margin. I'm not actually worried. I've got a feeling they'll get it anyway. I'm not expecting people to donate anyway, but I've got a feeling they will hit 50 plus anyway. I'll end this poll, actually. Most of you think 30 plus. No wonder, not many quite in the 100 range. So last tackle, up towards the 40. They've actually made more ground than they did against KR last week. It's now with Price underneath it, over the 30, up towards the 40. 3 men in the tackle. Thing is, it's possible. It is genuinely possible with these squads. It just depends how much will FC try and shift the ball around, I guess. Can't find it on a dodgy stick. Oh, well. You might not be missing much, but we'll see. SASA over the halfway line with over a minute gone. Minute 20 on the clock. Third tackle coming up. Borough left to centre field on his right to Asiata. Now with Cust. Pops it up to Cartwright up towards Salford's 30. Minute and a half gone. 2 tackles to go. Borough on his left to Asiata. Across to Cust. They might have the numbers down the left edge here. Price across to Martin in the corner. And that's a great finish. That's a great finish from Martin. And we've already got points. Yeah. It begins. That's going to be 4-0 for Hull. But, you know, we expect these things. We're just here for a good time. We're here to watch some Rugby League. We know what's happening, but it's all good. It's all good. At my mum's house, so I don't have access to Sky. They use a dodgy stick for literally everything. So, well, unfortunate. Lewis Martin will score 5 or more today. It's possible. Very possible. Yeah, 2.5 minutes on the clock. First points from Martin. Kick to come from Will Price near the touchline to make it 6-0. Going to be a tricky one. But he's already back and he's got himself an assist. The kick is no good. You're on 144-0. All right. Okay. Expect Price to be off at half-time. Hardig's to full-back and Charles into the halves. Could be. Could be. It depends how much energy and how much work he's going to have to do. Because Hull could get a lot of attack here and not have to do much defending. Plus, if he's sat at the back anyway, he's got more of a break. Back underway. Salford will kick to FC. 3.5 minutes gone. It is with Cartwright underneath it. He will play this just short of the 20 for the black and whites. Is that worth it? Well, it depends. If you can stick more than 33 quid on it, yeah. But there's already a break for Briscoe. Support on his left. He doesn't use Cust. I think Cust has the legs as well. He's pretty quick, actually, Kate Cust. So, could have been an option. But they're going to go through the middle now with Asiato towards the 30. 4 minutes gone. Borough down the left-hand side to Price. Just pops the ball up to Chamberlain. That's Chamberlain, sorry. In the back row. Price on the 4th tackle. Hands it off to SASA. Now about 12 or 13 metres out. Between the sticks, left to Cust, engage the line, kicks the ball through, hits the legs of a Salford player, but it is recovered by a Salford player as well. But they will say knock on from Salford, or offside, accidentally maybe. 4.5 minutes gone. Not too sure, I thought it just went backwards from Salford. Not sure. Briscoe should have passed there. That was Cust. Cust just kicked it through. Or do you mean a play before? We have Salford next week. I dread to think what the score will be. Yeah, that could be ugly. It was 72-10 last time, wasn't it? Against Wakey, if I'm not mistaken. Scrum for Hull FC, 10 metres out. 5 minutes on the clock. Cust will feed the ball into the scrum. Out the back for Borough. He goes right to Price. Pops up to Hardacre. Barron almost in the corner. I reckon if he committed to that corner, like right into the corner, I think he would have been in there. Hardacre. Sangari jumps out the line. Price stepping, looking left. Hands it off to Cust. Then with SASA. And SASA has stopped 12 metres out. Just left of the sticks. Borough. Waits a dummy half. Second tackle. Left to Cust. Now with Price. Engage the line. Pops up to Lytton. Almost over. That's good scramble. Really good scramble, Salford. Well done. Good work. Lytton plays over Chamberlain near the left touch line. 6 minutes gone. Price is going to run himself. He stopped a metre short, but it's going to be offside from Salford. I think Price, good stuff from Price there. Spotted the offside. Engaged the line. Took it on. Basically, it was take the penalty or concede a try. So, it was the right call there from Salford. Correct call. And they will obviously tap. Now with Watts. Watts is a big unit. He stopped a metre short just left of the sticks. Borough waits at dummy half. 6.5 minutes gone. Right to Asiata across the Cust. Under pressure. Good jam in there from Salford. Littlewood and Sangare. Wrapping Cust up 9 metres out from the try line. Just right at the sticks. Approaching 7 minutes. Borough goes right to Cartwright. Out the back to Hardacre. Under pressure though from Riley Lump. And that's a lost ball from Hardacre. Lovely stuff. Sangare with the next carry. So there we go, Salford. Just set by set. Good stuff. One set at a time, boys. Next carry for Salford. Through the middle. It is Logan Lewis. Go on, Logan. Over the 20. Now with Chan over the 30. 2 more tackles in this set. The good thing is so far in the sets that Salford have had, they've not been pinned back massively. 40-20 possibly here. No, taking on the full by Price over the 30. Up towards the 40. Hands it off. Martin with room to run. He's got support if he needs it from Barron. Barron is quick. We know how quick he is. Barron. He's in. That's going to be another one for the black and whites. Great return by Martin there. Great support by Barron. As I was praising Salford for working the ball up the field a little bit better. Fair enough. What can you say, really? What can you say? It's likely going to be 10-0. As it is in front of the sticks. There's a thought that I've had a little bit as well, like earlier in the season when Salford was still obviously going through this stuff, is if the kids are playing regularly, let's say, for example, that Salford's in Super League next year, right? Let's say they're in next year, and, you know, it might be 12 teams, it might be 14, doesn't matter. But if, let's say, they're going through the financial situation again, but they have to use all kids, so even Logan Lewis isn't there, Sangare, Chan, Wilson, so it's literally all really young lads. At what point, let's say it's all of next year, they're playing all of next year, at what point are they expected to get up to speed? What if, does it need to be another year after that? Does it need to be another year? Like, at what point should they be up to speed with the game? Would it be a couple of years? Do you know what I mean, though? Like, if you're playing Super League games regularly, you play 27 games in a season, let's say all kids. Should they be up to speed with the game by round 27? Like, should they be good to go by the end of the year? Is it going to take them another preseason and another 27 games on top of it? Like, when should they be ready, really? If that's the... Again, it's a hypothetical, but when should they really be ready? It's difficult. The problem is it's not like a few kids being injected into the squad here and there. It's an entire squad. So it's difficult. We've got a player down. Is that Watts? 10 minutes gone. Second tackle. Watts is down. Price injured? Is he injured? I don't know. I didn't see. Need new ownership, right? Surely they'll need that first. Yeah, absolutely. They'll need new ownership. Could the owners not do something where they sell the club to the fans, like to the council and fans, and then they keep the land around it, because that's what they want, really, isn't it? They want the land so they can build stuff on it, make a profit. The club came as part of it. Could they not sell it to the fans so that they own? What if the fans own 50%, the council owns 50%, something like that? So the council does what's in the best interest of the club, but then the fans have a stake in it as well, or the fans own 51%, so they have a majority stake, something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I didn't see. On report. Was that Logan Lewis being a naughty boy? Oh yeah, I thought he was like... It looked weird. I know what you mean, Liam, because it looked weird for a second, like he was smiling about something. It's the reason Glazers won't sell United, because the development land around it. Could they not like sell the entity? I don't know. If it's a land they want, surely they can keep the land, but the entity of the club itself and like the stadium is separate. I don't know. They just need to piss off, honestly. So 10.5 minutes on the clock. Hull FC with 2 more tackles in this set. They go left to SASA on the halfway line up towards the 40 inside Salford territory. Dragging multiple defenders up towards the 30. Still going. That's 3 regulars as well. That's not 3 kids. That's 3 regulars. Price kicks on the last. He is actually looking a bit uncomfortable, but that is a great leap. Like a salmon from Lytton, but he drops the ball. Good effort. Good effort. Very close. $11 minutes gone. Salford up towards around 30. Riley Lum with the next carry. I feel like Riley Lum's the kind of signing that could end up at, say, York, Bradford or Toulouse, like if they're one of the teams that come up. Because he looks superly ready. Honestly, he looks superly ready to me after this season. Is Sivo staying at Leeds? I don't know what the... And it looks like they like Edgell as well, so... They won't have Ryan Hall forever. But... Who knows? It's worth looking at. Well, it's a good territory here for Salford, up towards Hull FC's 30. Last tackle now. It's going to be Yates. Will go left. And there's definitely pressure on the kicker there. The ball's going to bounce once. Murphy is there, so is Price. The whistle is blown for a Salford penalty. Will they go for 2? Not too bothered about the timing there. I thought that was okay. Yeah, you're probably right, Liam. You're probably right. I saw a vid that Scandinavian country was buying the stadium, but they're looking at the large amount of land around the stadium, not to improve the stadium. That's fine. Could they, like, I'm sure, from what I recall, it was a package deal, like the club plus stadium with the land around it, but could they not sell that bit off? Like, they had to buy the club with it. Logan Lewis will play it from the left post. He'll switch back to Sangare. So close. Inches short the line. So close. Come on, Logan. Let's crash over. Oh, Yates doesn't give it. Logan's going to go mental if he scores this. Chan. On his left to Sangare. Hang on a minute. Oh, what a tackle. What a tackle from Cartwright. Hardacre in there to help as well. What an unbelievable tackle that is. Chan just pops up to Sangare. 1-on-1 against Cartwright. Wow. More money in the unused land. Sell it piece by piece. Maybe. Hull FC scrum. On their own 10. Yeah, Price looks a bit uncomfortable still. Now with Barron down the right edge, takes it about 15 metres out from their own try line. Absolutely, Liam. Next carry. Briscoe had himself a... Oh, that's what you're referring to. When he was... Yes, okay, I get it now. When you said why didn't he pass it, that's... Yeah, I forgot about that one because he had a break earlier. SASA with the next carry. Bump it off a few. Go on, Logan. Rip his spleen out, lad. Stopped on the halfway line. On his right to Asiata through centre field. Carries up towards Salford's 40. We've hit 14 minutes on the clock. Fourth tackle. Borough waits in centre field at dummy half. Asiata plays it. He goes right to Hardacre. Out the back to Price. Option on his right with Barron. Lum is there to bring him down. Good defensive work there from Riley Lum. It's with Price. Kicks back towards the short side right. Cartwright is in the frame. Goes up. Collects it cleanly. And like a thief in the night, steals it away from Declan Murphy. That's another try for the Black and Whites. Salford have been doing better than I thought they would be at this point, if I'm honest. They've done some good stuff. They've had some resilient sets here and there, but it's, yeah. It is what it is. Same Riley Lum should be starting for Leeds, the very same. But I don't know, was he out with an injury? I think that was it, and then they put Edgell in, but Edgell didn't do anything to disappoint, so he kept his spot. I think that's what happened. Like a salmon indeed, from the river. But the bear could not catch the salmon leaping from thy river. This is going better than I thought. What were you thinking, Finn? What were you thinking? It's just over 15 minutes gone. Fifteen and a half minutes on the clock. Hardacre to add the extras. I've already given them a conversion. Thought it'd be like Rovers last week. Slow start and go in for the second. And go in the second. We'll see. We'll see. It could get worse. It could get better. Who knows? The kick from Hardacre is... Thanks, Zach. Thanks a lot, Zach. Some people just want to watch the world burn, honestly. Just over 16 minutes gone. 14-0 for the Black and Whites. Collected by Barron, almost into touch or over the dead ball line. But SASA carries it just short of the 10. I know, making me do more work. I'm sick of it. Not happy. Aiden. No, it's not even Aiden. It's same hairstyle-ish. Briscoe it was, actually. And it's a great scoop from Borough. Support on his left. No longer support on his left because he uses up the left. Chamberlain up towards Salford's 30. It's now with Lytton down the left edge. Stopped 10 metres out. 17 on the clock. Martin back towards the middle. It's now with Cust. Now Asiata. Out the back to Hardacre under pressure there. Skips past a few. Got space on the right edge. Briscoe to Barron in the corner. Surely it's all Gucci. 2 for Barron. Great scoop from Borough. Had players in support, but used up the space that they were in. So couldn't give it. But yeah, good hands. Nice movement there from the Black and White. And it's another one. It could hit 20 plus. Borough learned that from Danny Walker as well. 18-0. We're the kick to come. I'll wait this time. I'll wait. Most of his ran all season. Bournemouth's done more running this year. The bloody Catalans. He's not going to get this kick. We will see. Out of spite, he'll get this one. So they're scoring a point a minute right now. They're on track. They are on track. So the question is, will it step up at any point? Will it slow down at any point? We will see. You'll have many more opportunities. You certainly will. Okay. Hardacre with a kick from the touchline to make it 20 points to 0. The kick is... It's just perfect. It's just perfect. Of course it is. Straight through the middle. Could not be sweeter. You're taking the mick, Zach, lad. You are taking the mick. Do you think most championship teams would beat Salford? I'd say 50-50. There's probably some, because they're doing so much work to get into Super League. Oh, is that a knock-on? Foot in touch, maybe? Almost. Hull FC do have possession, though. There'll be some clubs that they are trying to build to get into Super League, and they'll have fairly strong squads that need a few injections of Super League quality if they got into Super League to be ready for it. So Oldham is one of those prime example. Featherstone's probably in that sort of range as well. And potential break for Cust here. Not much room to work with. Stopped over the halfway line, just over. But yeah, I think probably 50-50, to be honest, with Salford. Because they don't have to worry so much about spending on Super League level players, but they could get some cheaper players that would just like to maybe live in Manchester or play for Salford. I don't know. But as I'm just yapping, there's another try for Martin. $24-0. Martin with a double. God, and good luck to anyone that had Salford winning this one. Nobody did, but it's alright. I reckon Samarito stuck 50 quid on it, actually. Knowing him, he stuck 50 quid on it. 24 with a kick to come. Martin walks his way in, just strolls. Not Lance stroll, because he would have crashed into the stands. But he strolls in. They are on for 100. They certainly are. Just over 21 minutes gone. I understand Salford have issues, but does it excuse the poor performance? Yeah, it does. These are kids that are just not ready for the pace of the game yet. And in terms of defensive reads and things like that, and cohesion in the defensive line, understanding teammates, communication, that kind of thing, it absolutely does excuse it. It's the same reason for Huddersfield with their injuries, or Warrington with theirs, or Saints last year with theirs. It's the same principle with having a lack of cohesion, is that you can't really build the structures that you want. Not only are Salford dealing with that, but it's then players that aren't up to speed with the game, or this level of the game yet. So that's an added issue with it. Hardacre will add the extras. 26-0. So yeah, we're on track for a point a minute. They're on track for a bit more than that right now. Definitely on track to beat St. Helens 82-0. I think they probably could do it. 22 minutes on the clock. We are back underway. Kick towards the back left. Barron underneath it. Almost over the dead ball line again. These are good kickoffs here from Salford. SCSA is brought down just short of his own 10. Borough In centre field at dummy half. Hands it off to Watts on his left. Strong carry up towards the 20. They literally don't even talk at the gathering, like just, oh well. Like just well, oh well. Yeah, I don't know if there's much to say. The message from Rowley is probably, just work hard. Like, that's it. Just work hard. Which is all they can do. And that's, you know, that's all they've done as a bare minimum all year is work hard. Like, I've never faulted the work rate. Great offload, though, to Hardacre. That's a great pass to Price. Support from Cartwright. Cartwright's in for a double as well. That's Barron. That's Martin. That's Cartwright. 23 minutes on the clock as well. That's 30-0 with a kick to come. Likely 32. That was a great pass, actually, off to Price. There wasn't much room there. It looked like an awkward one. Let's see that again. So Asiata, it was a great offload, first of all, from Asiata. And Hardacre. Yeah, not much space there. Well, Price is quick. Great support from Cartwright. And there we have it. 30, likely 32-0. With the kick to come still, I'll make it 32. This might end up being 100. It might be. It certainly might be. Feel bad? Well, it's understandable. I think a lot of Salford fans, I think they've kind of accepted this is just what it is right now, so it'll hurt, but maybe not as hard as it might have been if this was just like a one-off. Or this was new. I think a lot of Salford fans might have got to the point where they've accepted this is going to happen. But yeah, it's going to be awful for the players. I think it is. Well, it might have always been worse for the players, to be honest, because they're actually having to be in this situation. So for the fans, it's probably not as bad because they're used to seeing it, but for the players, it's happening. So yeah, it's probably worse for the players now. It's all right, Liam. If you want to cheer, just go for it. Wonder if we have all the comments about Super League isn't competitive and this was a disgraceful game or whatnot, or because it's FC, it's an unbelievable win. Want to remember. I think those with common sense will recognise this is not a game that needs to be made into like a... Political's not the right word, but a... You know what I mean? Political stance on... Again, not the right word, but... Break for Martin down the left edge. Support on the inside. This is going to be another one. Lytton, a decent chase here from, I think that's Hill. That's another try, back to back. 25.5 minutes gone. It's going to be 40 very, very soon. They're moving it well. They're doing everything you'd kind of expect or hope of FC in this kind of position. So you can't really blame either side, really. But yeah, as I was saying, people with common sense hopefully will acknowledge this is not a game to make a point about whether Super League isn't competitive or it's an unbelievable win for FC. It's just, it's not one of those games to make that argument for. Just stat boosting game this, if anything. Yeah, pretty much. But they need the points. They are 106 points behind Wakefield for points difference, plus 106. So they need as much as they can get. And given they've got a tough run coming up as well, if they can snatch some wins there and Wakey drop a couple, the points difference is going to be important. So yeah, they'll take everything they can get. Hardacre to make it 38-0. Hope why I do this against Salford. That would be the hope from me as well. We are like minus 82, something like that. The kick is good, 38-0. Lytton celebrating a bit too much there. I didn't really see, but Unless he's got like some try-scoring bonus in his contract, who knows? Martin is quick, great support from Litton. Good chase there. I think it's Hill that was chasing. Good point from, I can't remember the commentator's name, but it's a good point there. Hull FC, they're not doing anything wrong. They're not just gifting the ball away, completing sets, or not even like needing to complete sets. They're, creating breaks. So no complaints over Hull FC. They're just doing whatever they should be doing, really. Oh yeah, you guys have Salford twice as well. Oh yeah, credit where credit's due. FC are playing well, just not a good game to be playing this well. Yeah, true. But I suppose it gives them a bit of confidence. It's like more fitness. Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you for the donation. Thank you very much. Have a look at this message. Women's NRL was terrific yesterday, but it seems to only have a small group of fans. Roosters versus Titans. It's getting there, though. I think the crowds look pretty good. There seems to be... And I've seen some of the clips they've shown on Sky, or some of the highlights they've shown on Sky before other games. Like, the pace of the game looks pretty good in the women's game. The pace looks good. So, they've got themselves a good product over there. And I think it's getting the recognition that I think it deserves. They do tend to have less fans, but I think NRLW is a solid product. Cust, left to Price, over the top, possibly forward. Martin in the corner. That's a hat-trick. 40 plus, we go again. We go again. 42-0 with a kick to come. Hull FC just moving the ball around nicely. Too quick, too accurate. They're not messing up, that's the thing. They're executing as they should. They're not messing up. Thank you once again for 11,000 subscribers, by the way. That's really cool. Really cool. I remember when 10k was the target at the start of the season. I think I started the season with like 3.5, something like that. Like, definitely below 5. At least I think it was below 5. And yeah, now it's at 11. 10k was a target by the end of the year. But not only have we got the rest of the regular season, we've then got playoffs as well, and then we've got the Ashes and the Pacific Championships, which should be which could do pretty well. I think 15k would probably be pushing it at this point, but you never know. I trumped it because I'm building the atmosphere. That's all it is. Rebel, this is a... I'm not sure if you're aware of what's going on with Salford, but... Are you aware of what's going on with Salford? If not, I can explain it, but there's reasons why they're losing as heavily as they are. Look, let's put this out there. Salford management should not be allowed to go anywhere near another club. I'd be very surprised if Salford stay up. The lads on the pitch should... refuse to play after today. Maybe. Nope, not aware. Basically, Rebel, new owners came in for Salford. They've missed payments, so the starting lineup basically hasn't been paid. They sold off about 9 or 10 of their starting players this season. And they basically have a bunch of kids. Murphy, Lum, Whitehead, Warren, Connell, Nolan, Yates, Littlewood, Glover, Dwyer, Macon, and Kurt, Davies, they're all kids, basically. So they have to use the reserves just to make sure they play the game. So it's basically a reserve team for Salford. So that's why they're losing as badly as they are. This is about as strong as Hull FC could be. Salford have a bunch of kids, basically. That's why they're losing as badly as they are. If it's Brad Dwyer, then no, he's not a kid. I just thought it was a different Dwyer. But I don't know which Dwyer. It just depends. If it's Brad Dwyer, then obviously not. I just don't know if it is Brad Dwyer or not. It is Brad Dwyer? Okay, so excluding Dwyer, but you get the point. 31.5 minutes gone. 20 metres out for FC. Ashworth is on. 44-0. 100-point game, possibly. Yep. It is very likely to be Rebel. Very likely. Approaching 32 minutes. Cust in centre field. Now with S8. Up towards the 10. Fresh set of 6. Second tackle for FC. In between the sticks. Borough will go left to Cust. Left to Hardacre. Pops the ball up to Chamberlain. And it's a forward pass. Possibly. Yes, mal forward. Bit of relief there for Salford. Don't know if the Salford owners actually have the nerves to be at this game. I think in this position they can't win either way. If they don't go to the game, it's like you complain about them never going to games. If they do go to the game, I don't think in this scenario they can win either way, really. But it's their fault for putting the club in this situation in the first place. So, scrum for Salford on their own 10. Approaching 33 minutes. First tackle is Brad Dwyer. He will stand at dummy half, hands the ball off to Littlewood, who takes up to the 30. That's a great carry there from Littlewood. Didn't Salford finish 4th or something last year? Yes, they did. They were 4th. They had a great squad. They had a great squad all round. Hull FC's run is ridiculously tough. Brad Dwyer. Now through the middle, shifting it right, up towards halfway. 2 more tackles in this set as well. I think the good thing for Salford here is they've not been pinned back massively inside their own half, which they could have easily been. They were against KR. I think they've done well to make some decent meters. 33 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Make a wish. Sorted. That's a decent kick there. Good chase. Price under pressure. Steps off his right foot. That's a great move. Back inside to Martin. Salford haven't had the ball. What do you mean? They have had the ball. They've had multiple sets. They've had multiple sets and worked it up the field. They've had multiples. I don't know what you're on about, Alex. I do not know what you're on about. Barron with the next carry. We've got Chamberlain on his knees, just out the back. In a bit of treatment, in a looked at. Asiata with the next carry over the 30. Borough. Now with Hardacre, kicks from behind the 40. Towards the back right. Might have the distance and angle for a 40-20. Distance definitely, angle not so much. Riley Lum will let this go over the dead ball line. 7 tackle set, 20 metre restart. About 5 sets in total. Yes, but that... The point still stands, doesn't it, Alex? The point still stands. Murphy hands the ball off on his right. There's a carry up towards the 40 for Salford. 35 minutes on the clock. Hull FC need to try and a kick to stay on target for the 100 plus. It's now going to be Logan Lewis with a great carry over the 40. Go on, Logan. The wish that I had was for this game, by the way. There was a wish. I think you guys could probably tell what the specific try was. Oh, it's actually a forward pass. Great carry from Logan anyway, but yeah, forward pass from Brad Dwyer. Get him gone. Get him gone. Chamberlain is on his way off. He's not in a good way. You need Salford to stay within 71. That's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Doable, but tough. What did I predict before? Did I say 68-0? I can't remember what I predicted. Cust. Left to Price. 2-on-1 possibly. Cuts back inside. Bumps off to Wyatt. Hands it off to Aiden through centre field now towards Salford's 30. 4 minutes to go. You said 104-0. Fair enough. About 26, 27 metres out. Borough on the first tackle goes right to Hardacre. He will switch back to Cartwright. He's got himself a double so far today. slips past Logan Lewis. Eventually stopped just short of the 10. Borough goes left to Asiata, then across to Cust. He's going to go himself, and that's Cade Cust with a try of his own. Let's see if everyone can get one for FC today. Spread the love around, shall we? Spread the love around. So this is likely going to be 50-0. Close enough to the sticks for Hardacre. Unless he's only getting the tough ones today and missing the easy ones. We'll see. Yep, there's 50. You might be, Rebel. You might be. Oof, Carl Amor with a strong statement. Carl Amor basically saying that the governing body is too weak to put a stop to this or whatever, but that would result in major fine. I believe that they'd have to pay Sky a bunch of money if they fail to put a game on. So the RFL's basically allowing this to happen or making sure it happens because if they miss a game, they cost a lot of money, which they can't afford to give up. And the kick is good. That is going to be 50-0. 38 minutes on the clock. Are we going to get any more in this first half? Your minus 68 will hit. Most likely. Most likely. 3 tries and 3 kicks for the rest of the game, surely. You'd imagine so. So, alright, Salford, just keep going, boys. Just keep working. Learn whatever you can. Get used to the pace of the game. Just learn what you can. Find the owners directly. I believe it's the RFL would have to pay Sky a fine or they don't get a cut of the money of the deal. Something like that. But it would cost a lot of money for the RFL if they... So it's... The reason why they've been controlling of Salford in terms of like the salary cap... what was the word for it? I can't remember. When they were forced to have to spend 1.2 mil basically for their squad, is to make sure that Salford can afford to at least put a game on. So if there's a game that Sky cannot show, if the RFL fail to make sure a game is displayed, then the sport loses a lot of money. So that's why there was talk of clubs loaning so many players or offering Salford money to make sure that the games are on. Because it would cost even more if they didn't do it. Something like that. 30 seconds to go. Last tackle, Borough. Short side left to Cust. Maybe 50 plus. Oh, it's collected by Murphy. Go on, Declan. Takes it up towards the 10. What if Salford just refused to play? It's possible that they would be hit with sanctions by the RFL, so the RFL would take money off them, basically. But it wouldn't be enough to cover the losses the RFL would incur. But it would make the situation even worse for Salford. So, a few seconds left to go. This will be half time. They'll kick into touch. They'll have one go here. Kick towards the back left for Riley Lum. And see what they can do. Chip over the top. Surely a penalty. Another penalty for Salford. Go for 2. Long range. Do it. They might do. They might go for 2. Or they could easily kick into touch, then kick to the corner. Dwyer is going to chip over the top. Chase here from Hill. Price is there, though. Collects the ball. Throws it over the dead ball line. And that is going to be half time. Okay, then what? Salford can't pay it either way. Well, right now they can't, but there will be a point where Salford can pay it. So, like when they're in the championship, they will basically be forced to pay it one way or another. Because there's a cash flow issue as well. Hello, Jay. Good to see you. There's also a cash flow issue. So the owners will have the money to pay the players and pay staff at certain points. But it'll be up to a point where they'll have to actually just pay the RFL those fines. So it just stacks the day. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse and worse. But the thing is, I don't know what the IMG grading is going to look like at the end of the year, but even if Salford are in the top 12, if it stays at 12 or if it definitely goes to 14 teams, even if they're in the top 14, Salford have to be moved down. They just have to be. My thoughts on it is, if the owners can prove, or they can comfortably show evidence to the RFL and Rugby League Commercial by the end of the Ashes, let's say, that they have sufficient cash flow and that they are able to pay the right amount of money, be able to sustain the club, pay for the laundry for the kits, coaches, all that good stuff. They can actually pay staff and players. If they can prove that by the end of the Ashes, then I'm happy to say, look, they showed evidence that they've got the money and they'll have the cash flow and that they can do it. But if not, then they've got to go. They have got to go to the championship. So 50-0 at half time. They are on for 100. I reckon Hull FC might want that. So they'll be working towards that, certainly. Can't even celebrate that. That's fair. It's good for our points difference, but for the game, my word, yeah, it's ugly viewing. Feel bad, but you find it funny and entertaining. Horrible, Dingle, horrible. Don't feel bad at all for Salford as they relegated us. I just feel bad for the players. Fair dues. Fair dues. Biggest ever scoreline in Super League in 96-16, Bradford versus Salford. You might get it. You might get it. No, it's not good. I'll probably make a stream highlights video of this. I don't know if it's worth it though, but I'll probably put it together and see if it's worth uploading. And if I think it is, then I'll post it. Well, it might not be. How many did Lewis get yesterday? I'm not too sure, actually. I'm not too sure. Great question. We've got football season starting soon. A bit of football. I'm somewhat optimistic for the season. Somewhat optimistic. We shall see. I had a few people on TikTok actually asking, where's my stream highlights video for the Warrington game against Wigan? First question to that is, have you ever seen me stream a home game for Warrington? And if not, why do you think that is? But it's all good. Watching this like playing FIFA on beginner? Indeed. Indeed it is. Thing is, even though it's Salford, we're still playing very, very well, basically 0 errors. Yeah, that's also a positive for Hull FC. It's like, how much do you bump them up in the power rankings? Like, how much credit do you give them, really? I need to look at what I've currently got and then see what adjustments I can make anyway. They might not move up. Probably won't move down. It'd just be a case of seeing what needs to change. Got some great games coming up next week in the NRL as well. Some quality games. Actually, let's see who's on next week. Let me go through Super League and NRL games. I'll let you know what I might be streaming. So Warrington are at home to Catalans on Thursday, so I'll be at that game, so I can't stream that. Friday the 15th of August is a double header. Saints versus Huddersfield and Wigan versus KR. I don't know whether to do just Wigan versus KR or both. I'm leaning towards doing both because I don't want to just neglect Saints versus Huddersfield. Because I think there's the potential of a decent game in there if Huddersfield are like on it. But it's also a big game for Saints. Well, not a big game, but you know, to keep working the way up the ladder, put some pressure on the top three, maybe top two. Yeah, I'll probably do both actually. Saturday 16th, Cass versus Leeds. I'll probably do that, followed by Hull versus Lee. That'll be an interesting one. That's important for Warrington, so I'll probably do the back-to-back there. Salford versus Wakefield. Maybe. I might do that one. Maybe. Next week in the NRL, Panthers vs Storm at 10:50 a.m. on Thursday. I'll probably do that one. If I'm not doing Warrington because I'm at Warrington, then I'll probably do Panthers vs Storm. 9 a.m. Warriors vs Dragons, might miss that one. Roosters vs Bulldogs at 11 on Friday the 15th. I'll probably do that. On Saturday, Sharks vs Titans, Broncos vs Dolphins could be good at 8:30, but 10:35 Raptors vs Eels, I could probably do that. So yeah, there's 3 games I could do in the NRL next week as well, actually. I could do a few. This fan's going to have to go on for a bit. I might turn it off before we get started for the second half, but the fan's going to have to go on. Any bets for next games? Well, not until next week. Not until next week. You won't be attending KR vs Wigan? Won't even watch it? Why is that? Yes, Marshmallow fan, 50-0. Unfortunately, a lot of the academy lads for Salford playing today, so unfortunate situation. Nice to talking about the protest on in the commentary box. Nice cut, thank you. Thank you very much. So we had 3 tries from Martin, 2 from Barron, 2 from Cartwright, 1 from Litton, 1 from Cust. 7 out of 8 kicks for Hardacre. Remember Emily B coaching? Sounds familiar. Yes, yeah, sounds familiar. That's me. That's my mum's account. This is my account. All right, nice. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. Your stream doesn't have sound. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not good. So I'll put a poll in the chat whether Hull will hit 100 plus or not. 6 votes, 67% say yes. Thing is, they might come out. The instructions from Cartwright are probably to like keep doing what they've been doing, but it might get to a point later in the game where they're chasing 100, they really want it, or they just want to score more than Saints at least, which was 82. So they'll just want to keep piling on the points. Will mistakes come with that, and therefore they won't get it? I've got a feeling the players at some point will be pushing for it. Excuse me, hiccups. Goddamn. 8 votes, 50-50 at the moment. Surely it will ease off. Don't tire yourself out the next game, don't risk injuries. Well, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. I think it probably depends on how early they can put more points up. I think if they can get a good start early on, it will slow down later. But if they have a slow start now, it's like they'll kind of back off later anyway. So, man, I'm in Cyprus, I can't watch it at home. Well, at least you're in Cyprus. At least you're in Cyprus. When I went to Turkey last year, I still managed to get the game on my phone. That was against Wigan. When we rested a bunch of players before the Challenge Cup final. So, yeah. Just a VPN and the Sky Sports app did it. Caden asks, any word if Lewis Dodd will be headed back to Super League next season? He probably will be. My assumption was, because there's no NRL team that need him. There's no one that's like strapped for a halfback at the moment. Super League clubs, there's not really many that would actually need him. Saints wouldn't want to bring him back given the options they've got. Wigan definitely don't. KR don't, unless they just want a bit of depth or something like that. Warrington don't. FC don't. Lee maybe for depth, but they don't need him. Wakey possibly for depth as well, but they don't need him. I think of the teams near the top, Wakey seems the most realistic, but they don't need him. Cass possibly. Cass could be a good fit. Huddersfield, maybe, but I think they'd still prefer Clune at 7 when he's fit. So my assumption would be, if he heads back to England before next season, he could get some game time at a Championship club that is likely to come up. Or, when that Championship club does join Super League, then he would join that club. York, possibly. I think York is very possible. Or Bradford. Because York's already signed Paul Vaughan. You wouldn't sign Paul Vaughan at this point in his career, even though he's not got that many years left, but with how well he's playing, if you're not adamant that you're going to be coming up to Super League. Surely. You're playing Minecraft and building your barbers. Very nice. How much are you going to charge? But there's no reports, Caden. I should have probably started with that first. I apologise. I was just yapping on. There are no reports about where he's going. Do you think KR will win League of the Shield? I'm going to look at their and Wigan's run, because I know KR's run is ridiculous. So they've got a 4-point gap to Wigan. If they beat Wigan, I'll say yes. But they've got to play Wigan, Leeds, Wigan, Leeds, Saints, Hull FC, and Wakefield back-to-back. Both of them could be fighting for 6th place at that point, and then Warrington as well. So you've got 3 top performers and then 3 playoff hopefuls that will want to fight for a spot. I think it could probably be sewn up by the Hull derby, which would be a hell of a place to do it at Craven Park. Actually, I'm just thinking, if you beat Wigan and then go undefeated, would you confirm it at Saints or at home to Hull? Yeah, if you beat Wigan and then go undefeated and then beat Hull at home, you secure the League Leader Shield against Hull at home. So, best place to do it. Yeah, it's a very tough run. Very, very tough run. But Wigan's run, let's have a look at them. They've got, obviously, KR, then Wakefield. 2 tough games. But they could beat Wakefield. They could still beat KR again this year, because they've had their number earlier in the season. Catalans, they should win. Saints, I think, will be competitive, but they can get the win there. Cass, they should be fine. Leeds will be a tough one. So Wigan do have a tough run as well. Players are coming back out. I'm Australian. I feel for the kid. He's basically been frozen out I could see him staying in Australia purely due to money he's on. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. He's on really, really good money. I don't know what he was at for St. Helens. Probably not the equivalent in Australian dollars, but... In your opinion, Caden, who would need him? Who needs a halfback, or at least depth? Who really needs one? Could the Broncos bring him in on like a loan? Do they do that or something like? Even though they've got options they can mix around, Hunt at 7, Madden at 6, Walters goes to 9, and then Pakes would be 14 off the bench maybe. What do you think about Lum and Littlewood going to Salford? I mean, there's not really much to it, Cara. It's just, you know, they need players, so, and they need game time, so they're getting it. There's not much to it really. Right then, back underway. Salford kick to Hull FC. Briscoe underneath it, carries up towards his own 20. Buying tickets tomorrow for the derby? Enjoy. Now with SA over the 20, into Yates and a few other defenders there. Chan is one of them. Second tackle is now with SASA, stopped on the 30. Great tackle on the legs by Brad Dwyer. 30 seconds gone, third tackle. Next carry through the middle from Yusuf Aiden up towards the 40. Borough. Possibly forward there to SA. He gets an offload for Cust. Up towards Salford's 40. Last tackle coming up. Quick play the ball here for Borough. Left to Price. Kicks the ball over the top. Martin is chasing. Hill is there. So is Murphy. Steps near the touchline. Dragged into touch. Good effort from Murphy. Nice idea, but that is good defence there from Hull. Good effort. Good effort. Keep going, Declan. Keep going. So it ended 50-50 for the poll. Good loans, yeah. Riley Lum especially is a good loan. The SA will play this ball about 13-14 metres out between the sticks. Yusuf Aiden with the next carry takes it over the 10. He's stopped about 6 metres short. Borough left to Hardacre, then to Cust. A little bit of chaos there. Runs it himself. He is stopped. And there is a high shot. Just tap and go. Just tap and go. Could definitely see him playing as a backup somewhere. Broncos, Eels, Dolphins, etc. What position did he play in England? He was a 7. He was just a 7 for St. Helens. I don't know if he's capable of playing anywhere else. I didn't see him play anywhere else, but he was pretty much just standard 7. So nearly 2.5 minutes gone. Borough right at the sticks. Aiden will play this ball for him. He will go left to Hardacre. Jammed into, but there is a possible knock-on from Salford there. There is. Marshmallow fans back. You should get a prize if my 104-0 prediction is right. What could that be? What could that be? Well, if you put money on it, you would have got a prize there. From the bookies. 3 minutes gone. Scrum for Hull FC on Salford's 10. You're going for 60 points to 6. That's maybe a bit unlikely at this point, but you never know. If Salford have a better half, Hull have a bad one, but I doubt it. Barron near the back right corner. Hardacre at dummy half. Comes back towards the middle with Will Price. He'll switch back to Aiden. He's brought down on the 10. 3 defenders in the tackle. Kurt, Littlewood, and Connell, is that? It's somebody. Hardacre shifts it left to Cust, then across to Price, tips the ball on. Salford have shifted across nicely here. Brad Dwyer, I think he's playing in the centres at the moment, Dwyer. Or is it, well, it might be in the halves actually. Litton, milking a penalty. Comes back towards the middle with Price, shifting it towards the middle now with Cust. He switches back to Herman, SASA, looking for an offload. 4 minutes gone in the second half, 2 more tackles in this set. Not been as pacey at the moment, or as clinical so far, Hull FC in this half. Aiden with the carry straight up, 5 metres out, in front of the post. Borough at dummy half, last tackle. Left to Cust. Across to Price. Launches it across to Martin. That's a great ball. Nothing that Hill could really do there. That is a hell of a whip on that from Mr. Price. And it's a fourth for Martin. It's going to be 54-0 with a kick to come. Does Bevan French still have the record for tries? Was it 5 or 6 in a game? Or was it 7, actually? Does anyone remember what the record was? Because Martin could actually break it today. Five minutes gone. First points of the second half. Well, it took longer than the first half. Progress. It's a start. He's on his 4th try right now, I think. I think that was his 4th. Over celebrating? No. I think were the players over celebrating? Was I over celebrating? I think players going mental is maybe a bit too much, but myself, I do need to actually have a little bit of hype in there for the stream highlights. But yeah, players, I don't know, maybe it's a bit, players maybe a bit much. Hardacre with a kick near the touchline to make it 56-0. The kick is swinging back towards the sticks, and it is good. That's a great conversion from Hardacre. Can't believe you missed an easy one before. Silly goose. Silly goose. Aside from the quality, the Super League is an easier game to watch. The ruck speed is a lot faster than the NRL, where they've mastered the wrestle. It feels like the NRL's actually got the faster ruck speed, if I'm honest. I mean, it's probably overlaps in games, though, to be fair. It's not all Super Leagues slower or quicker, or all NRL slower or quicker. Probably there's a bit of overlap in there. But the NRL just feels a lot quicker all over anyway. But there's a lot of quality games in Super League. There's been a lot of good games this year. But it's always nice when Aussies appreciate the game. I understand it's not the same level. Like, we all get it. But it's nice when people appreciate, or at least respect, some of the talent we've got over here. Which I hope they'll see when we get to the Ashes. I'm not expecting incredible stuff, but I'm expecting them to put on a display that the Aussies can say, right, okay, well, there's more to them than we thought. So there's an offload there from Sam Essay, but he knocks the ball on. It is collected by Kerr for Salford, and Salford have possession on their own 30. With 7 tries by Bevan French against Hull FC. Oh dear. What score would Penrith v Salford end? That would be in the hundreds. Well, not 200 plus, but 100 plus, I mean. Chan with the next carry over halfway. Plenty of tackles in this set, so maybe Salford could do something on the back end of this. Maybe. Shifting it left. Now down the left edge, a kick through early in the count. And it's recovered as well. No, it's not. It is lost. Now recovered by FC. Price has the ball. Option on his left there to Lytton. Takes carry towards the 30. It was a nice idea there from Declan Murphy. Depends who's playing in Super League. If it's Wigan, there's a minimum of 3 seconds of holding down the ruck every time. Yeah, pretty much. But Wigan have mastered how to do that. The KR look like they've kind of mastered how to do that as well. SA with the next carry up towards the 30 for Hull FC. 3 more tackles in this set. Logan Lewis was down for a second then. He's got time to come back. Is French available for Friday? He should be. He was in the squad for against Warrington, but obviously didn't play. Yeah, I'd imagine he'll be good to go. Logan. Don't knock him out, Logan. I'm telling you. Don't knock it. I know you want to. Don't do it. Take the green card. Just walk off. Take a breather. Just walk away. Just walk away. Someone hold him back. There's red in his eyes. I see you, Logan. I see you. You're fuming. Just relax. Just relax. Hull FC. 2 more tackles in their set. 20 metres out. It's with Cust. Pops it up to SASA that the Shermanator will go in for his first try of the game. And there we have it. 60 plus for the black and whites. Not much to say, really. And we'll move on to the next one. God, I said like 68-0, didn't I? That was underdoing it, I think. FC have slowed down. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, but if they can keep regularly scoring points, the closer they get to that 100, the more they'll want it. But they could still beat not only Saints' score from round 1, they could beat the record. They could do. It's on target. The 10 minutes ahead, or yeah, just over 10 minutes ahead of a point per minute. So they're on track for over 80 right now. $50 minutes on the clock. 60-0 with a kick to come for Hardacre. Over celebrating again. Oh dear. FC still won't make the top 6 due to the run they have. It's a tough one. I was thinking of making a video on that actually. The battle for 6th. Or the battle for playoffs, whatever. The kick from Hardacre is sweet. Congrats if he's in your fantasy team. I think he was in mine when I first made it, actually. I don't know if he's still in it. But I know I'm in a league with a few people. It's like 5 or 6 of us. I've barely changed the squad. I barely touched it. I think I'm last or something. I made the squad at the start of the year and barely changed it. So, no idea where I am. No idea. Back underway. 62-0 for Hull FC. It's going to be SA with the first carry of this set. Up towards the 10. 51 minutes on the clock. What nationality is SASA, by the way? It's with SA now, actually. Chucks the ball back inside. That's going to be called forwards. I reckon it was... Might have been lateral there, but bounced forward. I need to see it again. I just kind of missed it, but... Because surely if SASA is eligible for one of the Pacific Island nations, surely you pick him. Surely, right? Herman SASA is from... Oh, he's New Zealand. From New Zealand. He could still get in the New Zealand team, surely. Because they'd have no Jared Warrior-Hargreaves. God, imagine a pack where you've got Nafahu White, Marati Niokore, Griffin Neem. Oh my God, Herman SASA. Who else? There's going to be a bunch that I'm missing. But just those 4 alone is ridiculous. Who wins the Ashes at the end of the year? I think Australia. I've pretty much said since the start, Australia might win 3-0, but I think all games will be competitive. But if England win a game, or even at least 2 of them, I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's a good core group for England. I do think Australia wins it just based on the quality they've got, but I think the games are maybe more competitive than a lot of people expect. What were we talking about those 4? New Zealand. So, like, for the Pacific Championships and World Cup next year, possibly. Like, those 4 are massive. Now, Fahu White, Marati Niokore, Griffin Neem, Herman Sasa for New Zealand would be insane. And I'm probably missing 1 or 2 as well that they had in the Championship last year, because their forward pack was really good last year. England to win all 3. It's a bold call. Very bold call. Out the back of the scrum for FC on halfway. Now with Briscoe down the right edge up towards the 40. 53 minutes on the clock. Still on track for 80 plus. Could do with getting another one soon. Next carry from SA back over the 40. Up towards the 30. Now about 19 metres out. Not 19, sorry, 29. My bad. Don't know what I'm talking about. Aiden with the next carry. Makes a little bit of extra ground. Borough on the 3rd tackle. Waits at dummy half in centre field. Left to Cust. Goes himself. Big hit there, but he's brought down just over the 10. Just short of the 10. 53.5 minutes gone. Borough slightly left of the sticks. Will come back towards the middle. On his right now to SAS8. Spins. Looking for an offload. Doesn't quite get one. He is now stopped 5 metres short. Last tackle for Hull FC. Borough. Going to go himself. Been watching Jez Litton and Danny Walcott, obviously. Well, that might be a try for Borough. They're going to check it. They're going to check it. Try giving on field. Lum going to be crying to go back to Leeds next week? Maybe. Maybe. Would it be seen as a penalty try for a high shot during the grounding? I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. That is going to be a try. So it's going to be 68-0. Which is what I predicted. But yeah, it's not going to stay as that, is it? Yeah, 66 for the kick to come, but it's right in front of the stick, so they should get it. What are Salford's next fixtures? That's a great question. Let's have a gander, shall we? Wakefield next, Lee after that. Then Warrington, who's pushing for playoffs. Catalans is, you would say winnable, but it depends what squad Salford's got there. Actually, yeah, they've lost all their best players anyway. They've already moved on. So, yeah, that's would have been the most winnable. Then Huddersfield, then Wakefield again. So, yeah. The positive for Salford against Wakefield is if Wakefield have actually sewn up 6th place by then, like if Hull FC have lost a bunch of games, Wakefield's gone undefeated or won a bunch of games, and Warrington haven't won enough, if Wakefield have sewn it up by the last round, they might rest a few players going into playoffs. That's the possibility there. Catalans get beat by Salford. Even Catalans are shocking, but I don't think they'd lose to this Salford side, unfortunately. The most winnable is Catalans. SA with the first carry of this set, 55.5 minutes gone, 68-0. I would kind of like to see 100-0, just because, well, I've seen 112-0. That was Warrington versus Swinton in the Challenge Cup. That was like 2010, 2011, something like that. I was there, watched it. It was very interesting. But I've not seen 100 plus in Super League before, so be watching history. Ashworth down the left edge, bumps off one, up towards halfway, still moving. Cust with a break here. Options, kicks the ball through. Smart move there. Litton is chasing, collects it. Litton is in. Great try from FC, actually. Great try. Litton thinks it's the grand final, but they're going to check it. It was really nicely done, actually. Really nicely done. It looked onside. The pickup looked fine. The grounding looked fine. It all looked fine to me. Yeah, there we go. There we go. 70 plus. It's going to be 72 with the kick to come. Lynn's a right knob, and this is the first time I've seen him score. Well, I do kind of get it. Like, you know, cheer for the wins. Take the wins where you can get them. And, you know, I get being happy about it, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, read the room. You know? If it was a situation where somehow they've been shocking all day, and then, how long's left in the match? There is 23 minutes to go. Gets to a point where they've been shocking all day, it comes down to the end of the game, and then he gets a match-winning try, even though it's against this Salford team. Still, you'd want to cheer something like that, because you managed to get the win in a big moment. But, yeah, right now it's, I don't know, just seems a bit weird. But, you know, he's scoring tries. The kick from Hardacre is sweet again. So he missed a piss easy one first, vowed to never miss again. $74-0. So they've scored more than Wakefield did a few months back, which was 72-10, I think it was. Feel bad for Salford fans. I think they expected this. It's just the player. I do feel worse for the players at this point. 57 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. SA with the first carry this set once again. Over the 10. Pushed back slightly by 3 Salford defenders. Borough in centre field at dummy half. On his right to Cartwright. Had a few weeks back since his long-term injury. So it's good to get some minutes in. So now with Aiden. Aiden plays it for Borough up towards the 40. SAS 8 with a great carry. Possible break here. Offload would have been huge there for Cust on his left. But he's wrapped up in time. 58.5 minutes gone. 4th tackle. Hull FC in possession inside Salford territory. Aiden with the next carry. And the last tackle for Hull FC. Slow play the ball from Aiden. Borough goes right to Charles. Charge down. And it is then knocked on by Salford. Batted backwards by Charles into the hands of Hardacre. So fresh set for Hull FC. Inside Salford territory. Movement here from Hardacre. Support from Cust. He's got support. Steps off his left foot. Cust is in. They might want to check double movement. They might want to check it. I'm not sure what he thinks of it. It seems a bit unsure. On-field decision is a try. And they're checking for double movement. The only time it's acceptable to celebrate after try, every try after 50-0, is if it's like the last game and you need the points to go up positions. Yeah, I can get that. The Salford fans know what's going to happen. It's just the players because they're trying, but they just can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. SCS, go to NRL. It would be helpful for the rest of the league if he did, or just come to Warrington, which he's not going to do. Do you think Salford should kick short? Yeah, they might as well, because if they get the ball back, just every opportunity to put up some points. I think if they can leave this game with points, it gives them something to cheer about and just get around together as a group. So that's going to be no try, double movement. No try. That's a Salford penalty. Go short the drop goal, absolutely. Absolutely. Warrington played well on Friday. They did, actually. Warrington did all right. We did all right. Just a few too many errors in there. Didn't help. A few too many defensive lapses as well. But it was okay. Dwyer at dummy half. Now in centre field. Shifting it. And a carry for Salford up towards the 30. Next carry from Sangare. Bumps off Charles. Over the 40. Now the short side left with Dwyer. Eating up the meters. Go on, Brad. So that is an hour gone. Only 26 points needed in 20 minutes for Hull FC to reach 100. But Salford with Tom Whitehead. The Warrington loanee off to KR next year with the next carry. Now in centre field, shifting it left now with a kick through. Could go over the dead ball line, maybe too much on this one, and it is too heavy. So it's going to be a 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set for the Black and Whites. And Martin takes the next carry. How is Ryan Matson playing? He is a quality player. He's done all right for Warrington. He's carries have not been like incredible, but he's getting involved in the play. Like sometimes in the 13 role, he's getting involved in shifting the ball left and right and stuff. Yeah, he's getting involved, getting stuck in with the tackles, putting in some carries, and he's looked quite comfortable, to be fair. Given he's only been there 2-3 weeks at this point, he's looked quite comfortable. So if we can manage to keep him, I know the idea is like get some experience and join NRL next year, but if we can keep him, I'd be happy with that. SA with possession, 15 metres out, 4th tackle as well. Could he get an offload? Possibly. Still going. Not quite wrapped up. Now it looks like he is. He will play this 15 metres out for Ashworth over on the left. Back towards the middle with Cust. He'll kick towards the back left. There's a touch on that from a Salford player. And then regathered by Salford because it went backwards. One player you want Warrington to sign. Based on the current team that we've got, or what we'll have for next year, if it was anybody, it would be Herbie Farnworth. After that, it'd be Jay Field. After that, it'd be Herman SASA. If it's realistic, I don't even know. If it's a realistic signing, I'm not sure. And there's a kick into touch from Salford on the last tackle. Just fine to touch. Don't think they're getting 100 now. They've slowed down. They certainly have done. But we will see. The last 17 minutes, roughly. We will see. Certainly doable. Certainly doable. Carl Moore just taking another little dig at the governing body. Briscoe with a carry coming up towards the 30 with Hull FC in possession. Charles on his left to Aiden up towards the 30. So we've got 16 and a half minutes to go. 100 is still possible, but FC do need to get a move on. They can certainly beat what St. Helens did in round 1. For Rovers, I think it would be French if Lewis goes to NRL. It's certainly possible, but it's whether they'd actually get him is the question. Now with Herman SASA on the 4th tackle, gets an offload again. It's with Cust. Shifting left, switches back to Ashworth. He gets an offload to Hardacre. Scans the line, stepping, still moving over the 40, and they've just let him go. They've let him go. Support there from Briscoe. I'm aware of the situation. We're all blatantly aware of the situation, but that is piss poor. That is absolutely piss poor. That is going to be 80 for Hull FC. That just isn't good enough. Regardless of what's going on, that actually just isn't good enough. Okay. There we go. Hull FC with another. 78-0 with a kick to come in front of the sticks. Herbie is easily the best centre in the world. I think it's extremely close with Crichton. Very close. But to be fair, I've not seen Herbie Farnworth miss that many tackles. I've not paid much attention to it, but I don't know. Crichton and Herbie are 1 and 2. What minute? 64, or it's going to be 65 now. So 15 minutes to go. They'll have 20 more points to go in 15 minutes. Based on the time, I think they're on track for it still. They are on track. "15 minutes, 4 tries, not sure. We will see." "86-4. Try at the end of the game for Logan Lewis through the middle. Michael Jennings' esque 108-metre run. Or 109, whatever it was. And the kick from Hardacre is good. 80-0. Just to keep in mind that Warrington was able to do this to FC a few years back, and they didn't have a bunch of kids playing. Just saying. Well, don't worry about it. Leon Price getting a round of applause from the crowd there. Okay, just less than 14 minutes to go. We will get back underway. Salford kick towards the back left. Or left of the sticks. Taken on the 10 by Cust. He returns this up towards the 20. Sangare in the tackle there with Dwyer and somebody else, who I'm not sure. Are you streaming 26 later? I don't think I will be. I'm going to take a break. I've done a lot of streaming this weekend, so I'm going to take a break. But I think I will try and do it next week. Second tackle, SASA plays it for Borough on his right with, is that Watts? Is he back on? Salford fans singing loud and proud. Fair play to him, fair play. Up towards the 40, SASA then left to Cuss. Now Ashworth. Over halfway, shrugs off a few defenders. Oh my god. Up towards the 40. 2 tackles in this set, 13 minutes to go. You're doing a Warrington career in 26? I might do. Cuss goes right to Charles. Skips past one. Cuts back towards the middle. Had options down the right there if he kept going, possibly. Last tackle. Borough. Cust kicks towards the back left. Martin is there, so is Hill. Hill collects it on the full. Nicely done from Hill. Murphy with the next carry up towards the 20. Push back a metre or two. Or stop just short, actually. Kerr on the 20. Hands it off to Riley Lump. Makes a few metres there on that carry. Not too bad. Coming up towards the 30. Do you think Wire will make the top 6? I don't think we will, just because of how good Wakefield's playing and how easy their run is. But I think Warrington can still make it because there are genuine reasons to it. I do plan to make a video on it though. Like, I'll go in depth into playoffs and all that. Who can make it? The maths of it all. Oof. There was a kick that was looking for touch then from Salford, but it came off an FC player. Would be considered a knock-on, then recovered by Murphy. What's the call here? Rush says it wasn't played at. But Salford will challenge this. Do you think Rovers will win the league? If they beat Wigan, then yes, I think so. Salford should start punching, try and get FC players a red. That's the move. That's the move right there. They had to start doing that at half time, I think, though. It's hard to say if it was called that, because is he actually playing at the ball, or is he like just protecting his face or his body from the ball that's launching straight at him? So it'll be a challenge won by Salford. It's cutting it close for the 100. It's cutting it very close. Challenge successful. Salford with a fresh set. They could ruin Hull FC's day with a try here. Did Logan go off it? I think Logan went off a little while ago. Not sure if he's coming back on. Yeah, it is unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen 100. Not to be horrible to Salford, but to just out of interest, it would have been kind of cool to see. Well, they might still beat Saints' number of 82. Maybe they'll hit 96, which I think you said was a record. They might still hit that. Oh, what now? The comeback is on. Just one try. The comeback's on, Seb. It's there. It's in their grasp. Dwyer, short side left. Littlewood over Hull FC's 30. Fresh set as well. Coming up towards the red zone. Salford with a great chance here. Next carry takes it just short of the 20. Barron, Aiden, and Watts in the tackle there to bring him down. Dwyer with Sangare on his right. Bumped into by SAS8. Borough gets him wrapped up, so does Watts. 15 metres out, 11 minutes to go. Shifting it right. Kerr is out under pressure, but gets an offload. Sangare going to carry this ball himself through the middle. Spins. Stop 5 metres short. Last tackle for Salford. Could always go for one. You could go for one. Ruin their day. And Dwyer's going to go right to Kerr. Pops it up to Chan. And he is stopped a metre short of the try line on the last tackle. That's off to those Salford fans, absolutely. Because that's a long journey as well. That's like minimum 2 hours. That's playing it safe. That's minimum 2 hours, right? Possibly more. Hull FC in possession. Lytton stopped about 5 or 6 out from his own try line. Salford to Hull. An hour 43 drive. Yeah, it's a long drive anyway. 100 miles from Salford to Hull. Thought it was a bit longer than that, but yeah, it's a long drive there and back to watch this. But they're supporting their team, so that's fair enough. 9.5 minutes to go. Borough will shoot it out the back to Hardacre, who kicks from his own 20. So that's not a bad defensive set from Salford, actually. That's a great defensive set. Great kick from Hardacre. Declan Rice and Declan Murphy recovers it on the 20. Why'd you not go for drop goal? Like what? I think it's more... I don't know. It's more of a gimmick going for one than actually trying to get the try. I think they'd prefer to get the try, obviously, so that's what they want to go for. Maybe at the end of the game they'll do it. Like, if they got it as the hooter sounds, they might go for it. Long plays of a Kerr. Borough is pushing players. What are you doing? What are you doing? Penalty for Salford. Just less than 9 minutes to go. The kick into touch from the penalty. Hill collects it on the halfway line. Hands it off to Tom Whitehead. And he'll take a carry himself. First one of this set. How many under 10 numbers do they have? 0. They have 0. Sangare through the middle. The ball comes loose. Collected by Borough. And a turnover. Under 20. Sangare's 19, I think. Lewis is 16. Wilson, was he 14? I'd say 2 or 3, possibly. Scrum for FC. Approaching 72.5 minutes on their own 20. They go left to Hardacre. So, looks like 100 is not quite there. Lytton up towards halfway. Borough waits at dummy half in centre field. It's now with Watts. Stop just short of the 40. 4 tries in 8 minutes. Doable, not impossible, but very, very unlikely. Cust pops up to Ashworth and the ball is loose. Yeah, that's... yeah, it's not going to happen. I think they could probably still get at least one more in this game. But, yeah, not 100. Think Salford will stay in the league? No, I do not. Jack, there's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that at all. Sangari bumps off SA. Takes it over halfway with a strong carry there. 6.5 minutes to go. Dwyer on his right to Chan. Good meters here for Salford, actually. Really good meters. Only 30 meters out now. 3 more tackles in this set. Dwyer at dummy half. Goes down the right-hand side. Kicks towards the back right. Collected on the full by Martin. Cuts back towards the middle. Hands it off to Hardacre. Oh, might be room to run here. Might be room to run. Hardacre. Support from Martin. Oof. Wanted to go back inside to Hardacre, but he was taken out. 6 minutes to go. He's going to play this for Barron in centre field. Now with Cust. Kicks the ball towards the back left. Lytton is chasing. But Murphy is there to recover it. Now on his own 10. Barron gets a hold of him. Cust is there to help out. Well done, Murphy. Well done, Barron. Now with Lum. Takes it just over the 10. 5.5 to go. Third tackle for Salford. Dwyer in centre field. On his right now with... is that Whitehead? Up towards the 40. Kerr with the next carry. Up towards halfway. Is Jordan Rapiner injured? Guy was a beast in the NRL. I would assume so. I'm not 100% sure though, Caden. Salford will drill it towards the back right. Collected by Hardacre. Might be some room to run if he goes around the outside, but he's just going to take it over the 20. So just less than 5 to go. It is now with Briscoe. He's shifting up towards the 30. Bumps off a few more tacklers. Towards the right. Oh, now through centre field up towards the 40. Great carry there from Briscoe. 4.5 minutes to go. Borough at dummy half. Wants a 6 again, but he's not going to get one. Second tackle. Aiden down the right edge up towards halfway. Is now with Watts in centre field, shifting it left to Cust. He's wrapped up by Chan, but he shrugs him off. Now with Aiden once again. Scans the line, takes a carry, the ball comes loose. A few too many of those mistakes from Hull FC in this second half, so that's really scuppered the chance of 100. Which was doable, but Riley Lum, great carry. Riley Lum should definitely be a regular in Super League next year, definitely. I think if Leeds don't intend to start him next year, like, I know they used him because Sivo was injured for the season, but if they don't intend to start him, they want to use Sivo, or whatever the deal is with him next year, I don't know. But Lum should look to move somewhere else for regular minutes. It could be at one of the teams coming up, maybe. But he should definitely look somewhere else that would give him game time, because I think he deserves it. Great chance for Salford here, though. Great chance to ruin the party. Dwyer, engage the line. He is smashed into. Give it. Go on, Salford. Get in. That's what we wanted. The comeback's on, folks. Just less than 3 minutes to go. The comeback's on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Salford. Let's be having you. There we go. Brad Dwyer with the try. First of the season. It's going to be 80 points to 6. Limbs in the away end, yeah. Riley Lum to add the extras, and it's converted. 2 minutes to go. 80 points to 6. The comeback is on. Let's be having you. Lovely stuff. All FC will get us back underway in a second. Back underway. The potential to reach 100 was there. The potential was there. They just didn't take it. Too many mistakes in the second half. Not as ruthless, not as punchy. But still no complaints. Strong carry with a minute and a half to go. Dwyer plays it on his own 40. Third tackle. There's a scoot here from Kurt. Well, that's Nolan, actually. Sorry, I thought it was Kurt. My bad, pimp. Up towards opponent's 40. Murphy with a minute 15 to go. Shifting back towards the middle. Next carry. With the last tackle now. Inside FC territory. Dwyer on his right. Now with Kurt. Chips the ball over the top and chases. Collected by Cust with a minute to go. Wrapped up 15 out from his own try line. FC could have got the Super League record but couldn't be bothered. Very unfortunate indeed. You just couldn't be arsed, could you? You couldn't be arsed. Martin with a carry. How many points is a forfeit? I actually have no idea. Now with SASA, bumps off one up towards the 40. Any more points from all FC in this game? 30 seconds ago, SASA slow to get up. Fixing his socks. SA with the next carry. Up towards halfway. 2 more tackles in this set. Slow play the ball. Go on, just launch it. Just launch it. Go for something. Charles will switch back to Aiden. 5 seconds ago, last tackle. Come on, do something exquisite here, lads. Do something exquisite. Just play the ball. Boring. Boo. Boring. Well, Salford, with a decent comeback attempt at the end there, almost had it. They just needed another 80 minutes. They could have done it, I reckon. But, yeah. They worked hard. The one thing all season with Salford is that you can never complain about, you can never question, is the work ethic. They've been working hard all year long, regardless of what team they've had. At no point have they just not put in the effort. And they did again today. So, yeah, I can't fault it. FC did about what was expected of them, especially in the first half. The second half was slightly disappointing, just because if you look at the comparison to the first half, maybe dropped off in energy a little bit. A few too many mistakes compared to the first half as well. But, yeah. Hull FC did what was expected. Salford worked hard. And there you have it. 80 points to 6 at full time. Right then. I do want to say thank you for stopping by for this one. Thank you very much indeed. No more streams until Thursday. It will be my birthday on Tuesday. Lovely stuff. But yeah, thank you to those that stopped by. Not the most interesting game of all, but your attendance is greatly appreciated. We have donations earlier from We had a fiver from Jonathan. And we had 20 from Kieran. Also waiting on that $499 from NRL Edits. Just waiting on that. But yeah. Salford. Good effort. Just good effort. But yeah. Kids got themselves another 80 minutes under the belts. So yeah. Lovely. Lovely stuff. So, power rankings, I might do it tonight. I might just... Yeah, I probably won't do power rankings tonight. If I feel like doing it, I will do. But if not, power rankings will be up tomorrow. Predictions will be up either tomorrow or Tuesday. NRL predictions on Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon for those in Australia. And then back to streaming on Thursday morning. And then possibly RL26 on Sunday. We will see. We will see. But... Oh, all the players gathered in a circle in the centre of the field. That's nice. Looks like Asiata's having a word with all the players, which is nice. That is very nice. I'd like to know what he said, but that's between them. That's very nice of him to do. Okay, I will call it a day there. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for the donations. Stream highlights might be out later. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, thank you very much, Kieran, for the 20. Thank you, Jonathan, for the 5. Greatly appreciated, as always. Next time I see you on stream, I'll be 1 year older. Well, not a whole year. I'll be a few days older, but I'll be a year older. Splendid. Catch you in the next one. Turtle Pit.